How are you all doing, folks, and welcome back to the channel. So we're in the beautiful Cheshire countryside today, something a little bit different, and just at the entrance to Moreton Hall. It's a pretty old, I don't know if it's Victorian, Edwardian, I don't know, it goes back a bit. I'll show you a picture of it now, but we're not going to go up there because you've got to pay to get in, and we're not going there anyway. So what we're going to do is go to another little place called Little Moreton Hall and a little bit of Cheshire exploring. So we've never been this side before, and it's a chance for the Pan Am to explore the beautiful Cheshire countryside. She's looking clean, even though we've got a little bit of rain in the air today and it's forecast dry weather. And the ironic thing is, I'll just close this now. A few of the sickness were doing a little bit of a recce today and ended up at the nearby Jodrell Bank Observatory. And I was a little bit late to the party this morning to join them, but I thought, sorry, I'll jump on the pan, give it a blast out and do a surprise meet up. And then one of the lads, Stuart, has just posted on Facebook saying where he was. I was literally 5 minutes away, so I was leathering it there, and I've just seen him coming in the other direction past me. By the time I turned round, they've all disappeared, so I've no idea where they are. It's like a bit of an accident there. So sorry guys, I was going to do a little surprise meet-up, but you've all disappeared, so I am back on track to do some solo exploring in this beautiful part of the world. And it's a place where you don't often come down this way unless you're just passing through, but little lakes, little hidden lakes over there with boats on it, woodlands, fields. It's not a hilly, it's just a beautiful little back roads that you can explore. Like just down there, you can just disappear down them roads, and I don't know where half of them go, so usually only just stick to the main roads when you're going from A to B. So maybe it's worth just doing a day round here. I don't even know what that lake is down there. So just a chance as well for just getting used to the pan before I do the tour this year. Little hidden police there, look. Police bikers. Because there's a few things that I'm going to change on this bike. I think I might just go for the risers, just to bring the bars up a little bit more. The Clonta Opera, oh, we're not going there. Gorsworth Halls. There's all these old halls and buildings to just explore around here. Jodrell Bank that way. So the weather in the UK is just a little bit hit and miss at the moment. You've got one day where you actually got a bit of warmth on your back. I think that was when I went out on the 48. Piddling down the other week when I was doing the detailing on the bobhead bike, and today just miserable all day. But temperature was 51 before, 53 now, so it's not too bad. Put the textile on though, because I did hit a bit of rain before, even though it was supposed to forecast dry today, but still, it's not a bad day to be out on the bike. And as I said, just getting used to some of these, you know, the Pan Am a little bit more before we head on the tour with that. So on this bike, obviously put the sat-nav mount and everything on there, and I've sort of made a dual use of it. Putting the phone up there and the GoPro just there. I think that was a little bit too low, that, and if you guys can see me. And I put a short mount on for the GoPro, because the other longer one before it was just a little bit too high up on the screen. So now I've still got that clear vision, a brilliant view of the maps now. I'm not going to use the Pan America's inbuilt sat nav, because it's just handy to keep all your instruments clear on there, phone on there, and obviously GoPro facing towards me. It's just, I've still got that vision in front, so I think that's a brilliant mount. That is just working perfectly for me. So glad I put that on. It just sort of cleans the area up instead of having the GoPro here on the bars, the phone and the quad lock here on the bars. So I use a quad lock ball mount on the back of that, and it's just it's perfect. little lanes. Definitely need another day's exploring around these parts. Little thatched house there. So we need to do, in 2 miles, a right to Woolston Home Way. And that old church there. Wow. I might just turn around and get a picture of the bike on that. So I find with this bike as well, just these little slow manoeuvres now, it is so well balanced. And I've got my own custom map built now, so I've got sport mode, but I've got the suspension, so it drops with a little bit of a delay. It's quite cool actually, because as soon as you stop at the lights or a junction anywhere, then it just holds back a second and then just drops its arse down. Like some sort of cool air ride. Wow. That's a pretty old church, folks. That is a pretty old church. I bet that looks good at night, actually, there with the lights on it. I think that's worthy of a picture or two. Okay, folks, so a little bit of history. So this church is possibly the oldest timber frame church of its kind in Europe and dates back to 1343. Wow, that's some old timbers in there. Beautiful. The things you find hidden in the depths of the Cheshire countryside. Anyway, folks, onwards and upwards. Let's find little Moreton Hall. I think the other thing about it around here is how peaceful it is. Until you start up the pan, that is. Okay, Bunce Lane, 18 minutes. That's a bit of a dodgy bend. Especially if the cars are coming round there, a little bit of a quick pace, but anyway. And the other thing about Cheshire countryside is the amount of cow shit you're going to get on the road as well. I'm definitely going to change this screen though, because what I found is even though I've got a screen on a high position here now, it's a narrow screen, I've got a lot of wind here, I've got nothing here. But what you do have, I can feel it just above the top of my helmet, but it's forcing wind down, so I get this little bit of a side draft here. Now on the Triumph I had nothing sort of right just here where your hands are, so the screen needs to be a little bit wider. I think it is on the one I'm looking at, so see what difference that makes. I love this sport mode. Oh yes! I'm really thoroughly enjoying the fact that some of these roads are brilliant to ride. The great surfaces. There's another lake on the left, and we're doing a right here. I don't know where that is. Moreton Hall Quarry. So what I was saying earlier though is, because I'm getting that wind blast up and around here, it's quite noisy in my lid, whereas even on my 48 it's a lot quieter because I'm sat above it, I'm sat below everything, but here I'm sat above everything, you see. So that's another reason why we just need to increase it. I think the one I am looking at is 70mm higher than that, so I'm still looking over it. Okay, I think we're just coming up on destination in a minute. Look at that gatehouse there. I think you've got to pay to get into this place, so we'll just see if we can get a walk around and a couple of photos. Little Moreton Hall. Looks like now you've got to walk through that bit to pay and then to get into the house, whereas before you could just sort of walk up to it, so we're not going to do that. Folks, that's one hell of an old house. Even got the moat. Cow shed. Really is going back in time, that, isn't it? So, well, it looks like animal pens. There's no gates to let any livestock in. So it's calm. This is a calm room. Going back in time. So this is the thing with Cheshire, it's just hidden. It's full of these hidden gems. You can ride around here all day and you can just pick, you know, a dozen places like this to visit. Although I must admit this is one of my favourites, and I've not been here since I was a kid. Anyway, mission over for now, so let's get back on the bike, and we'll be heading back home now, but we're going to see if there's anything else we can find on the way. Funny as well, because I just had a couple of guys obviously walking around carrying my lid, asking if it was my bike in the car park, the Pan Am. And yeah, they were impressed by the old Pan Am. And again, they didn't even know it existed, so it is a talking point. That's it, just blow the rain off the visor. The thing with this thing now, in 5th gear, I'm going to drop it down to 4th, hesitate, bang, away you go. Look at that. This bike loves it. Suspension on this thing is cushion soft. Anyway folks, thanks for coming along for today's little ride. Great to be back out on the Pan Am for a little short blast around the Cheshire countryside. But this is your first time watching ALCHEMOTO, please do remember to push that subscribe button, hit that notification bell. Please do like the video, share the video, and comment if you dare. But until the next time folks, ALCHEMOTO signing out. See you on the road.